Hi, I'm Robert. I'm one of the volunteers here at the Champaign Aviation Museum, and my wife and I, Carol, we're working on the elevator, and specifically we're riveting in the torque tube into the first 3 ribs of the elevator. There's close to 400,000 rivets on a B-17, if not more, and each one needs to be riveted and bucked correctly and then checked with the gauge to make sure that it meets specifications. So if we look over on this side of the rib, looking in here, these are number 6 rivets, and you can see how they're mushroomed out, and they look pretty nice right there. And if we look on the other side, and those will be checked with a gauge. If we look on this other side, there's a couple of rivets that'll have to be drilled out. These are rivets that were, they have too much of a mushroom or they're too short after they're installed. So once we buck the rivet in place, and this is called the shop end of the rivet. The factory end of the rivet is the form part when the rivet is made, and the shop end is the part of the rivet that is made or bucked to shape in the shop. So this one here, as you might be able to see, the gauge still drops over this, so we have some more bucking to go, but we don't have enough length on this particular rivet, so that'll have to be drilled out. And the same way with this one here. It's mushroomed, and it's a little on the short side. So that's a large part of riveting as well, is not only riveting it in correctly, but being careful if and when you have to drill the rivets out to make sure that we get we don't deform the hole, and that the next time around we get the rivet in place and bucked correctly.
Yeah, let's see that little tool that you've got.
This is a rivet gauge. We use different types of rivets here, and the gauge, this has a number 5 on it because the rivets are indicated by their diameter. 4, 5, 6 are popular sizes on the B-17. So this is for a number 5 rivet that gives us how much of a flare we have to have through there, and also this gives us the height of the rivet once it's bucked in place. Say on this one here, this is a number 6 rivet gauge, so we cannot fit that over the rivet, so it's flared enough, and also when we come off there, you can hear that little click, meaning the rivet's at the right height as well. If the rivet was too short, this would just slide off with no clicking noise at all. Okay. So that's what we're looking for on the rivets.